All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that I think a lot of us can relate to, that huge hurdle in learning a new language, actually speaking it. We're going to look at a platform called HappyTalk.in and break down exactly how it's trying to solve that problem.
So let's just get right into it. Why is speaking a new language so hard? You know the feeling, right? You've got the flashcards, you've memorized the grammar rules, but then someone asks you a simple question, and poof, it's like your brain just freezes. That connection just isn't there. What's going on?
And this slide, it just nails the problem. It's what I call the Great Divide. Over on one side, you've got studying. Textbooks, flashcards, the whole shebang. It's all neat and tidy. But then, on the other side, you've got real-life speaking. It's messy, it's fast, it's about confidence and nuance. And man, that gap between knowing a word and actually using it, it can feel like a canyon. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here, the language learning rut. It's that incredibly frustrating feeling when all the words and rules are just stuck in your head. You know them, but you can't get them out smoothly when you actually need them. It's like a mental traffic jam.
So, the big question is, how do we get out of that rut? How do we build a bridge across that canyon? Well, that's where a new way of thinking comes into play. We're going to look at a platform that's built from the ground up to get you from just studying the words to actually having real conversations. And that platform is HappyTalk.in. So what is it? Well, let's be clear about what it isn't. It's not another flashcard app. It's not a bunch of pre-recorded videos. The entire idea, the whole foundation, is live voice chat rooms. It's all about one thing, connecting you with real people right now for a real conversation. And the scope here is pretty impressive. We're talking more than 15 languages. You've got English, Spanish, Hindi, French, all the big ones and more. So chances are, whatever language you're trying to tackle, there's a community waiting for you. But here's the secret sauce. Really, it's how they do it. The whole vibe is designed to be low pressure and super supportive. There's a big focus on mental wellness, which means creating a judgment-free zone. It's basically a safe space to mess up, which is absolutely crucial for learning. Plus, you can customize the rooms. Small group, big group, voice only, you're in control. Okay, so that brings us to the core of it all. How does this actually help you get fluent? Let's break down the method, which is all about learning in real time.
First up, the core principle is immersion. By jumping into live chats, you're not just listening to isolated words, you're absorbing the real rhythm of the language, the natural speed, all the different accents. I mean, a textbook can't teach you that, right? This is where your listening skills really get sharp. And this is where you get the good stuff, the cultural details, the slang that people actually use. You're not just learning textbook English anymore. You're hearing an Australian say mate or someone from India use the phrase time pass. It's the living, breathing language. But of course, it's not just about listening. You have to speak too. This is about building your vocabulary, but in a way that makes it stick. Think about it. When you learn a word in a real conversation, it's attached to a memory, a moment. That makes it so much easier to recall later. Let me give you a perfect example. You could see the Spanish idiom estar en las nubes on a flashcard and try to memorize that it means to daydream. Or you could hear someone in a chat room use it while telling a funny story. Which one do you think is going to stick in your brain? It's a no-brainer. Context is king. All right, so we've established that the live conversation environment is key, but let's get into the nuts and bolts. What specific tools does HappyTalk.in give you to make all this learning even more powerful? Let's check out your interactive toolkit. Okay, this toolkit is pretty cool. First, you've got whiteboards. Perfect if you're a visual learner who needs to sketch things out. Then there are watch parties, where you can watch a video with people and talk about it in your target language, so much better than watching alone. You've also got language games to make things fun and spontaneous. And finally, shared docs, so you can all take notes together. It's all about finding what works for your brain. And here's why all those tools are such a game changer. Look at this chart. The difference between just passively studying and actively engaging is, well, it's huge. Your brain just holds onto information better when you're doing something with it. All those features we just talked about, they're designed to push you into that high retention zone on the right. All right? So you've got the platform, you've got the tools. But how do you actually use them to get the best results? Let's talk strategy. Here's your roadmap for really building that confidence. It's actually a pretty simple cycle, and you can see it right here. It all starts with active listening. Then you immediately practice what you hear. And super important, if you don't understand something, you ask for clarification. And finally, you keep things fresh by varying your topics. It's a loop that just keeps building on itself. So let's make this super practical. What does active listening actually mean? It means joining a small room and really focusing on how someone is speaking, not just what they're saying. Immediate use? Simple. You hear someone say, delicio. You use it in your next sentence. Boom. Don't know what boeuf means in French? Just ask. That's what the community is for. And keeping a journal, maybe in a shared doc, is a great way to lock in those new phrases, like break the ice. Okay, theory is one thing, but what does this look like in the real world? Let's check out how actual learners are using this. Okay, meet Aisha and Juan. Aisha's learning French. Instead of just memorizing words, she's on a whiteboard sketching a cafe scene to connect words like croissant and ambiance to an image. That's powerful. Then there's Juan. He needs English for work. So he joins a business chat room, practices phrases like game changer, and gets instant feedback that helps him feel more confident for his next presentation. See? It's learning by doing. And this might be the most important point of all. The goal here is confidence, not perfection. The whole idea is to get you comfortable with communicating, even if you're stumbling over words. It's about progress, one conversation at a time. So let's bring it all home. What's the takeaway here? HappyTalk.in helps you build fluency through a few key things: genuine, real-time conversations, a bunch of cool interactive tools, a supportive global community that has your back, and practical strategies you can actually use. That's the formula. It's a really powerful mix that shifts the entire focus from just knowing a language in your head to actually using it in the world. And that really just leaves one final question for you. What conversation will you start today?